Hello, welcome to Power and Pounders Music Channel. I am your host, Korean Lategre. It is Thursday, February. I almost said January. I don't know why I got January on my mind. But Thursday, the 27th, 26th, I'm sorry. See? But thanks for joining you guys, and hope you guys are having a good week so far. It's just been a lot going on here in California. We finally got some sunshine and after all the rain last week. So, but if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, like and subscribe. It'd be a much appreciated. So, my guest today, man, we've been looking forward to this interview for 2 months now.
2 months.
2 months. Finally. We finally got a chance to connect. I almost think we couldn't connect because of the Zoom, but we finally got a chance, and he's on. I just want to bring in my brother Phillip Butler, man. I met Phillip at NAMM this past NAMM show, and we just hit it off, and we like best friends now. So
Right. Exactly.
uh,
Best friends, brothers.
so Philip's gonna share some stuff with us. He's a total believer in God, and as Jesus is his Lord and Savior. He's gonna share his testimony as well, and we're gonna talk about his whole drumming experience. So, Philip, man, welcome to P&P, Power and Pounders, my brother.
And thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man. See, he's got one of those radio voices, you guys. He's got he's got one of those Barry White voices.
Oh man, here go the Barry White. I tried. Listen, God gave me this voice, so I had this voice when I was 12 years old. So what's crazy is while I was in the sixth grade, my school called, and there was like, can we speak to the parents of Phillip Butler? I was like, yes. so that I used it to my advantage. It was great. It was great. But also it got me in trouble as well too.
That's like total old school, man. That's not, yes. This is him. And probably back then, yeah, the rotophones, the dial up, man.
Yeah. Caller ID, yeah.
That's so funny. Phillip plays in a band called the 3G's. And
Yes.
I want to know what the G stands for. It's a jazz, R&B, neo soul, every genre you can think of, he plays. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of that. And tell us, how did you get started playing the drums, man? What inspired you to take up the drums?
Okay. Well, it started, of course, everything starts at home, then church. So while I was at home, I would like create, toy drum sets and just have mom put a tape in so I could just play along with the music on tape. And pots and pans. I'll have a couple tops for my cymbals, some spoons, and some pots, for my drums and stuff. So that's what literally start. Or even whenever there's TV performances, I will set up my little drum set, my little toy drum set, pretend like I was in like a drum cage or a drum booth, like at the corner of the couch and stuff. So it was just,
dude, I'm laughing because that was so me, man. That was
oh man, that's
bringing up my memories, man. You bring up my childhood, dude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I used to pretend I was like, they had the American Music Awards, and I used to pretend
the Grammys, right?
Yeah. Well, back then I didn't know about the Grammy. I knew about the American Music Awards and stuff, but I used to pretend I was part of that band and sit there and drum. You just bring back memories, man.
Yes. So, and then as time went on, in church, I was I was 11 when I actually started playing,
Okay.
but the kicker was um there was like 5 or 6 other drummers. So playing in a Pentecostal church, I used to watch the drummers, just take a turn, get a turn on every song. So back in the day, and they would have testimony service.
Okay.
So a drummer would play. Then after one drummer plays, another drummer hops on, they play. And
Okay.
then if there was a shout going on, that was pretty much a song for the drummer. So the drummer gets up and the next yeah,
Wow.
it was crazy. But
Wow.
with me being the youngest out of all the drummers, I literally didn't start playing until I was 11.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you,
So
did you take formal lessons at that time, or you just mainly ear trained?
ear train.
Okay.
Ear train was the best teacher.
Yeah.
You had to learn a little bit of everything, So what I did was I took what was going on in the congregation, and I just sat there and I just listened. Even sat next to the other drummers, even though I didn't know how to play then, but my mom was like, sit over there with the other drummers. So I was pretty much like getting prepared for what's to come later.
Okay. Wow. So you sat and watched.
I sat and watched. I
Wow.
watched. I mean, I when I say there was about what 4 or 5 drummers,
Okay.
and I literally watched. I
Now,
literally watched what they was doing.
did you guys take turns on each song? Like one drummer would play, and then put that
Yes.
song in, then the next drummer would play.
Yeah.
So who showed up? Who?
To be honest with you, I would have to say there was this cat named Lysanias Shelby. Uh, we all call him Lysy. Lysy is from the Shelby family, a musical family. They're from Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay.
But at that time we was all in Minnesota, Minneapolis,
Okay.
and when I say Lysy was that drummer, he had a smooth foot though. His foot was so smooth. It was just like,
Yeah.
how you do that?
Yeah.
How you do that?
Yeah.
So it was Lysy, and then there was another guy, Antoine Williams.
Okay.
Now Antoine was older than all of us, and of course, Antoine, he was the first drummer there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you just have to, like, if he taps you on the shoulder, you have to get it up. That's how it was.
Yeah. 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 It's like so
But
you
yeah,
guys took turns on different songs.
yes. So
Okay.
so Lysy pretty much played basically for the choir
Okay.
because his brother, Pastor Laverne Shelby, was was the minister of music and was the church organist.
Okay. Got you. Yeah.
Yup.
Oh, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. I'm all right.
Okay. Because I was gonna say you got a little delay going on. That's okay. You know, when you're doing this stuff, man, things happen. You know.
Right. Right. Stuff do happen, but when you're busy,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that.
So now, so
Mhm.
you were 11 when you started, and then you started playing. Did you play outside of the church at all, or did you
At
like,
that,
I want to get a band going now that I've been watching these guys and watching the awards. Anybody
right.
in the neighborhood wanted to like, yeah, man, let's get a band.
So when I got started, while I was playing at church, it was church and home for me because that's all I knew. My household I grew up in was, my mom, she played nothing but gospel.
Okay.
And then I had my dad, he played he listened to solid gold soul oldies, 60s and 70s, R&B music. So I got a taste, even though my peers was listening to, the rap and the hip hop, but I was an old soul. I'm listening to gospel music with moms.
Yeah.
Then if I'm riding with dad, it's solid gold soul oldies.
Okay. Okay.
So, but it made my playing very unique as I gotten older
Yeah.
because of that.
Okay.
But I must say, before I even picked up the sticks, I always wanted to play organ because um, Lacey's brother, Laverne Shelby Jr., was a cold-blooded organist. He could play organ. Oh yeah. And that motivated me. Well, I really want to play organ, but there was a stick. So,
They,
but
it was sitting there collecting dust.
exactly, it was collecting dust.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So as you got older in your drumming, you started develop. When did you start taking it like seriously, like career wise and really like studying different genres of styles?
Okay. I took it serious when I was a sophomore in high school. My band teacher, Dr. Dennis Sheltnick, who's now retired, he knew I didn't know how to read music, but I had rhythm. And that's what he was looking. Matter of fact, he called me over the summer. He was like, "Hey, you want to play some drums?" I said, "Yeah, why not?" I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So, um, as time went on, I I started to make a little name for myself. Oh yeah, so let's backtrack. I grew all my training started in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the
Okay.
home of Prince, the home of Next,
Yeah.
Morris Day and the Time, Alexander O'Neill,
Okay.
um, New Power Generation.
Okay. Yeah. There's some good stuff
Yeah,
coming out of there.
yeah. So and oh yeah, Sounds of Blackness, Darnell Davis and the Remnant, Excelsior, James Greer and Company, Javante Patton, the Hearst family. So oh yeah, and the Steele family as well too. So Minneapolis was like the melting pot for me.
Mhm.
And then around 1999, that's when my family, my parents, my siblings, we moved to a small town called St. Joseph, Missouri.
Okay.
And that's when it was a blessing and it was a curse at the same time.
Mhm.
The blessing was that I'm a new kid on the block. It gives me a chance to learn and cultivate my gift and do what I can to fit in, with the music scene, what was there. So all I was just known in the church world and St. Joseph at a young age. Now, the curse about that was facing different oppositions, when I had to share the drum chair with other drummers. I even remember uh, I got kicked off the set a couple times. Yeah, so it was like it was the opposition. It was a curse, uh, but it gave me the room to grow
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
to mature and to, you know, become Phillip the musician, become Phillip Butler the musician.
Now,
I didn't, huh?
no, I was gonna say, did you learn any other instruments? Because you said you wanted to play the organ, but the sticks were
I,
calling your name, so
yeah. So
like you gave up the organ.
actually, it was dormant. It lay dormant for a long time.
Okay,
I did get a keyboard for Christmas,
okay,
but playing along with the records and stuff like that. But as far as playing in real time,
yeah,
nobody was not trying to hear me play. but I knew it was there. I
yeah,
just knew it was there. So I dibbled and I dabbled a little bit, even hung around, keyboard players and just watch what they were doing here and there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So now that you taking it serious, so basically playing in the church was pretty much all you knew.
That,
That was
that's all I knew.
that was it. So you didn't play outside the church at all with any other. That's good, man.
No.
That's awesome, man. So once you started playing in the church, now I know it was a gospel church, like gospel.
Yes. Church of God in Christ,
Yeah, yeah.
Pentecostal.
'Cause
Yeah, you got to play
yeah.
in that arena. There was no such thing as just
Straight
tap
to
tap.
and
No,
fro.
right. You got to play them drums.
Yeah, yeah. I see some of these gospel chop drummers, man, on YouTube. I'm like, whoo, man. I mean,
Yeah,
the gospel nowadays has completely changed from the 80s, from the boop bop boop bop boop bop boop bop, it's changed so much
right.
dynamically, because my one of my closest friends back in North Carolina, his dad was a pastor, and they were all being there hooping and hollering, and in the Baptist church, and but it wasn't like the music today in the gospel.
Uh,
Some of these drummers, man, are like,
like growing up, like all my influences was Minnesota. Shout outs to Larry Robinson, the drummer for Sounds of Blackness. You had Trenon Graham, who was the drummer before Larry with Sounds of Blackness. So those were, and can't forget about Glenn. His name is Glenn Walton. Now that guy right there, he has a strong foot. It's like when he hits that kick, it sounds like he's literally stomping a mud hole in that kick. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. So all my influences and everything came from Minnesota for real.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so from Minnesota, you guys moved to Missouri,
Yes.
and
Which that was a sad day.
like, how was the music scene in Missouri compared? Well, obviously, you probably couldn't compare it to Minnesota.
You can't. That's the
Yeah,
thing. You
yeah.
you can't.
So, what was the scene like in Missouri when you first got there, and then once you started getting established and people start knowing who you are? Did your name you putting your name out there? Yeah, man, this guy Phillip, man, he's cool drummer as well. Call him up. Did any of that stuff happen?
It did happen. I really didn't get around too much in St. Joe because St. Joseph is a small town. And at that time, I was I was a minor. So I could get around when I could. I even I, I'm gonna tell on myself. Even when my mom says no, you can't play over here, I would like literally call somebody. Hey, I need you to come pick me up. she at work, she doesn't know, but I got to get home at this time. So yeah,
He's telling on
I
you
used
now.
to be off the. I used to be a trip, but but I enjoy playing though. That was
Now
the
it's all
thing.
coming out, Mom. You hear that?
It's all coming out. Yeah. So one time mom was like, after you get done playing morning service, you need to come home and watch your sister. But at that time, I couldn't tell my mom anything because she was like, when mom says you do this, that's it. You cannot, you cannot do no negotiating. So I was like, let me think of something, because there was an afternoon service and there was another church from another city that was coming in, and I was playing for a quartet group by the name of Genesis 8. It was just drums and bass. That was the band.
Oh,
And
okay.
it all male chorus, quartet gospel in St. Joe. So I had to be there.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do was I got my little sister dressed. And I'm like, I told somebody at the church, like, hey, I gotta go home. I gotta get my sister. Can you come with me to get her? And yeah. So it worked out great. My younger brother, he was riding bikes with his friends and playing video games. So
he was covered.
Right, he was covered. He didn't care. He didn't care what I was doing.
You
I
weren't gonna
mean,
tell Mom, Phillip
is
this.
exactly.
That's cool. So you ended up doing that gig.
He ended up doing that gig and then got home. Mom still never found out to this day.
Oh man. Wow. Well, I'm not gonna edit that out. There's no
Hey, you can
editing.
keep.
There's no editing going on here. What's said is said, buddy.
Right. So mom's gonna be like, so you decide you want to be grown, huh?
27 years later.
Exactly. Like the stuff that you usually do, you get away with, and as time gets on, it's like,
yeah. Well, both of my parents were teachers, man, and it's like I had a dad for athletic director and a mom for assistant principal.
ooh,
I couldn't get away with nothing.
I feel sorry for you and your siblings, man.
It's like, man, talk about, yeah. But it was good though. It was great. Yeah, it was good.
Great upbringing.
Discipline, man, discipline. So,
Yes.
so yeah, after you got, you start playing in the church. When did how did all that, like, knowing about God giving you that gift to play? Like, when somebody shared the gospel with you,
Yes.
'cause you just didn't come from Minnesota to Missouri. Somebody had to like share with you about, what it means to be, a Christian and so forth. So what's your story on that?
Well, everything starts at home. So my mother, she, you know, faith, strong faith woman, Christian woman, church going woman. So I was around, different ministers at the church that I attended in St. Joseph. And, of course I was a teenager, wanting to give my life to the Lord. And, my mother, she will always remind me if I was trying to do this or if I was trying to, my thing was music, right?
Yeah.
So my mother, she convicted me on so many levels. It was just crazy. So she was like, once when you give your life to the Lord, now this is old school. So, you're saved now. You can't be listening to that kind of music. So I'm like, huh? I'm a kid, I have a juvenile mentality. So,
Yeah.
it's like, okay. she did it again. She was like, nah. But this time it was what I said. I said something off the charts. She had to remind me again. She convicted me. God convicted me.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, hey, you know you're not supposed to be talking like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so I'm like, okay, all right. And my mind is, I'm still a kid. I'm still like,
Yeah.
I don't know any better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my sophomore year in high school, I actually connected with. It started from my 8th grade year. Started traveling to Kansas City. That's when I met Pastor Keith Newton. Now, Keith Newton is a well-renowned organist and bass player. He started off on drums, but he's crazy on the bass and keys. He's one of the major musicians for the National Church of God in Christ music department.
Okay.
He was the national bass player. So, of course, he connected, he's up there with the Clark sisters. Yeah. Dorinda, Twinkie, Karen, Jackie. Yeah. So I think I did I miss one other Clark sister? Denise, I believe. Clark sisters, if you hearing this, I'm sorry. Okay. Don't beat me up.
I think it was three. 3 or 4.
3, right. The Clark sisters, yeah, the Clark sisters. So Pastor Keith Newton, I was on Amazon just looking at either Amazon or CD, some CD music, and I type in Brent Jones. He had a new record called Beautiful. And when I scrolled down, I saw Pastor Keith Newton's name on credits playing organ.
Okay.
So I clicked on it. I'm like, okay, click. Then other records came about. I'm like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. This guy lives in Kansas City and he's on records like this? Because I assume in my mind, musicians that are recording are in LA. They're not, so
yeah.
One day I decided to call Pastor Keith Newton. I'm like, hey, is that really you playing on these records? He was like, yes. And one thing he told me, and it really stuck with me. He said, don't call them, let them call you.
Mm-hmm.
That was that was one valuable lesson. So as time went on, we started talking, and he told me playing drums is a gift. It's a good talent, but playing drums is not going to get you into heaven.
Yeah.
And he's telling me this, and I'm a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was when his dad was pastoring. So I'm a teenager at this time, and it stung a little bit because I thought in my mind that, of course I'm playing in church, giving God my all. I know that was going to get me into heaven. Mm-hmm. But Pastor Keith Newton told me that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more to just playing drums. It's more to playing drums now. So as time went on, now I'm in high school. That's when the music starts getting serious. I started every morning before class start. I would take lessons with Dr. Dennis Sheltnick on the charts, learning how to read notes, how to play notes every morning.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning. So I got introduced to marching music, which is, I got called in to do, and I thought that was it. No, I got introduced to marching music. I got introduced to jazz band, learning how to play jazz. Also got introduced to playing concert music, symphonic orchestra.
Yeah. Wow.
So I was pretty much getting initiated into a whole different world.
Okay.
A whole different world. So I was like, what did I just get myself into?
Hey,
I'll be asked, I'm like, what did I get myself into and how did this happen? So everything like literally opened up. And then back in high school, they have what they call a pep band.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Good stuff. You playing pop tunes, you're playing rock tunes, you're playing the Hey song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it opened up my musical eyes like, whoa, wait a minute. And then, of course, I was in the corner with a full drum set, 2 cymbals and the hi-hat, 5-piece, right in the corner, just going crazy at the basketball games, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Did it just literally happen? I'm like, wow. So it literally took me to a whole different level. My teenage years, even going to so every year around the springtime, they have what they call contests. All high school symphonic orchestras from the area will come to the University of Missouri, Maryville, to compete to get first place.
Okay.
So, of course, there's you got your sax players doing pieces. You got flutes doing numbers. You even got solo percussionists doing stuff, even percussion ensembles that are doing things together as well too. So I got put in the fire by my band teacher to do a percussion ensemble.
Because he believed you. He saw what you were doing.
Yeah.
He's like, Phillip's my guy, man. All you guys go sit down somewhere. Phillip's my guy. And God
Yeah, so
from the organ that you didn't play until later, I guess. He picked up the sticks. That was your gift.
Yeah.
That was your gift.
Yes.
And that's where God wanted to bless you in that.
Yes, sir. And the percussion ensemble, yes, I was real nervous because you're in a classroom with judges. You got judges, and then you got your peers.
Yeah.
So, like, if you ever had played on a stage that you never played on before, you will get nervous.
Oh yeah.
So this was a new arena for me. So I'm like, I hope and pray that I do not fumble and I do not mess up this opportunity. So, long story short, we didn't take first place. We ended up taking second place. I was like, whoo.
Yeah.
Same thing with the.
I was gonna say that's when you just you can't get in your comfort zone by playing on the same stage. When you go to another place and that you don't know, used to the surroundings, the atmosphere, and you're thrown into that, that's when, you can't get complacent. You gotta trust God in that situation. Like,
Yeah, I
I,
ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, how am I gonna do this?
uh,
You got strangers that you're not used to. They don't know you. You don't know them.
yeah,
That they're like literally judging you like based off of your playing. How do you play with the unit? Everything goes. Your dynamics and the
yeah,
playing. Are you reading sheet music while you play? Yes, everything is right there. It's like, and you just hope and pray that you don't put your percussion ensemble on the chopping block.
yeah.
That's it.
Uh,
Basically,
a drop of a drop of stick and become wood on the top.
exactly. You'll be chop suey after that. Like,
That would be my biggest fear. What if I
uh-huh.
drop a stick? What if I drop a stick? What if I do this? What if a cymbal or whatever, something
Mm-hmm.
breaks? You know, I mean,
Right.
that just comes with the professionalism. You know,
Yes.
drop a stick, you got to have something right there and to
Right
continue.
there. Exactly. To keep going.
Keep going. Even if you have to play with one hand, you still got to keep going. Like whatever
Exactly.
you do, don't stop.
Exactly.
Don't
Do
stop.
not stop. Keep going.
Keep going. If you got to play with, I tell my students that if you drop a stick, you just keep going.
Right.
Don't play a feel. Just keep the groove
Mm-hmm.
because it will happen. You know.
Exactly. Yep.
Man, that's awesome, man. So you got involved with the church. Now, the guy that was guiding you, he was saying you can't be saved by playing drums. Did that register to you? Like, okay, so how do I get saved? You know?
Yeah. It did and it didn't, because in my mind, mentally, when you're 15 or 16
Mhm.
years old, it's like I don't want to hear that. I just, I'm just playing drums. I just trying to do this and that. Yeah, it hits different. It hits different when you almost got put in situations when 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 God gives you a talent, and when folks are talented, full of potential to be the next great thing, you got these vultures, you got these sharks that prey upon young people, take advantage, take them up under their wing and take advantage of them. So there was a couple times where I almost got taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And without my former pastor and one of my big brothers, as I call them, if they didn't give me the game on what happens with talented musicians like myself, I would have got taken advantage of,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it would have been game over.
Yeah. Now, was there like any contract? I mean, once you started getting your name out, people started to know you. Were there like contracts involved that you had to sign and,
No,
from a business perspective?
from a business perspective, no.
Okay.
I didn't have to sign anything. The only thing I could truly say what I did sign was endorsements. That was it. But other than that,
Hey,
when
that's good, man.
the thing about the contracts around my area, I mean, people knew who I was.
Yeah.
And, I was taught old school, your word is your bond. If you say you're going to do something, do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did the 3G's come about? The band that you're currently in now.
3G's. So
Is
3G's.
that people from your church, or did you guys
Nah.
form out of the church, or how did that come about?
So it came about. Actually, we two of the three we do play in church.
Okay.
So we was at a birthday party, and the guy, the birthday man, he was like, "Hey, I got this guy named Aaron Mitchell. He plays keys, and then I got Chris. Well, Chris in Kansas City is known as C Note. So he was like, man, I got C Note on sax. I got you on drums. Now, keep in mind, I never worked with Aaron,
Mhm.
and that was my first time working with him. So
Okay.
I'm just like, I just hope and pray I just don't bomb. That's why, because like when you're working with,
Yeah.
when you do a gig like that and you're working with musicians you never worked with, you never known them from a can of paint, it
Uh-oh.
could be tedious, but it turned out to be successful. So
I think we
C
got
came a little bit into the game.
I think we got something little glitch in
What?
your phone. I think your phone's kind of. Is there a little delay?
What?
There's a little
No,
delay.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. All right.
Mm. So
There it
so
is.
after the first set, well, we really didn't have a set of songs. We were just doing stuff in rotation
Mhm.
and doing different mashups and stuff, which was cool. So me and Aaron, we knew who C Note was. C Note knew who we were, but me and Aaron, we didn't know who we were. So we just traded numbers, and one day we sat down, we talked about it, and we 3G's was birthed.
Okay.
3G's is three gentlemen, by the way.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Not money, 3G's.
Yeah.
Even though that's cool, but
I'm
three,
thinking,
yeah,
okay, you know,
yeah.
I,
The
Fred, remember the episode of Stephen and Son, and Fred Sanford always say his middle name, Fred G. Sanford. He would always say like the G stands for, whatever. So I'm thinking, well, what does the G stand for?
Yeah, so it's three gentlemen,
Okay.
and we do play of genres of R&B, funk, jazz, Latin.
Yeah. Now is it
But
is it all original, or do you guys do covers
um,
or a mixture of originals?
it's a mixture of originals and covers, but
Okay.
most likely, covers.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You do
Yeah,
things and banquets. Now you guys just formed, right? Because I think when we
we
met,
just formed.
yeah, I was gonna say, because when we met at the NAMM, you had just started drawing. You had just got into that band, right?
Right. We everything was in talking.
Okay.
We was talking about it. Everything was just in conversation, and then we did one performance at a cigar shop.
Okay.
I had to wear sunglasses because the smoke was burning my eyes.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, I had to put on I'm looking at my sunglasses right now, thinking about it. But
Yeah.
we actually, well, I'm not gonna be able to make the gig because I gotta be out of town
Okay.
at the end of March. So I will be able to see and be with my brothers.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
you guys gonna do some
but they got it covered.
Are you guys gonna do some recording in the future, or you got anything out yet?
In the future, no, we don't have anything out yet. Everything is new to us. Even though the three of us, we have individual things going on ourselves. Aaron, he's a recording artist and songwriter.
Okay.
Me, not just I play drums, but also I'm working as a musical director for a company, and then I was a band coordinator for the National Baptist Convention. So I had a slew of things that I was doing, and plus I was doing drum videos with Soultone Cymbals. So I had a few things on my little bitty agenda, and so does C Note. So
Yeah.
C Note, he's also a solo artist himself around the Kansas City area.
Okay. Dude, I didn't know you were with Soultone.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm gonna have to put that link. So if I go to soultone.com, um,
You'll be able to
I'm gonna,
find me on the artist roster.
I'm gonna have to put that link in there, man. You got videos of that? Anything?
There's a couple drum videos.
Okay.
I just actually the week of NAMM, like when we met, I just got done doing a drum video in Anaheim.
Okay.
Not an no, not Anaheim, but Encino, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Encino.
Okay.
So I was up in Encino,
Yeah, that's
and
up in North Hollywood area.
yes,
Yeah,
I love it up there.
yeah.
And then I had to turn back around and go back to Encino because I left my headphones in the
Oh,
studio.
you came back to Anaheim and then went back to Encino?
Yes. Plus, my cousin, he lives in Angora Hills.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? This is well worth it. And then
Yeah.
when I saw Mulholland Drive, all I could think about is October London, Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were busy, man, doing that whole week of NAMM.
Oh my. It- I, and the crazy part is I want to do it again.
Like we were saying earlier, man, you know, it
Man.
does. I always tell people every year, you gotta come. You gotta come. I mean, I know some people think, oh, it's the same and da da da, but if you go to the sessions, you know, aside from the
Yeah.
exhibits, the sessions you
Right.
learn a lot. You meet a lot of people, network.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a great tool. And I know they have one in Nashville during the summer. That's more small.
Right.
Yeah, that's more of a smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And And the thing is, even though I wonder, does that work since we're members? Because I've always wanted to go to Nashville
Yeah.
just to experience that and do my comparisons. Well, Winter NAMM, there's no comparison because everybody is there.
Everybody's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are off tour, they're coming off the holidays. A lot of people going back on tour March, April, throughout the summer. You know,
Right.
so yeah, it's a perfect time to do it. But yeah, it takes
Exactly.
about a good month to come down from everything, man. You know.
To be honest with you, I I don't want to come down off of it. I mean,
Like he's like, I'm still on a natural high.
the high is natural, yes. Like when you around great people,
Yeah,
it hits different.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
It makes you look at what you do on a whole totally different spectrum. That's it.
Yeah. Well, there were a lot more drum companies this year compared to previous years. Like when I first
Exactly.
couple in 2018, I think was my first NAMM. Every drum company was there. And
Right.
for some reason, it just kind of started trickling down. And then, of course, when COVID hit, a lot of them didn't come back. But it's slowly starting to pick back up again in the drum department. You know.
And yeah. And I think and I believe, you know, NAMM next year is gonna be a little bit more a little bit up there off the charts
Yeah, yeah,
because you meet so many people. And the best part about NAMM, what I could truly say is the people that you met prior, they recognize you.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Even though they may not know your name, but they recognize you.
yeah, yeah,
So that's always a good thing. That's always a good feeling.
yeah. So, man, what you think is going on with the music scene today? We talked a
Music
little bit.
scene.
We talked a little bit earlier about the way the music is, especially in the U.S. compared to the
Yeah.
country. I've been hearing, no, it's not that good. Even the pop stuff is kind of, you know, the, what's your opinion about that? And of course, the topic of the world, AI music now. You know, uh,
Well,
it's like a two-part question there.
okay, so yes, music has definitely changed throughout the years. Sometimes you hear the same thing that artist is doing similar, but you know, somebody's doing it like on a whole different scale, but same format, but different scale. Um, as far as AI, I could say AI is going to be the death of a lot of musicians and a lot of producers and a lot of songwriters.
Yeah,
That's all I can just say. It's AI is so powerful. Like if you don't have anything else in your back pocket, AI will take your job.
it
you
already
know,
does it. I mean, of course, at
yeah,
NAMM they have these workshop sessions, and they talk about that.
yeah,
Some say, don't let AI intimidate you from a musical point. Use it to your advantage, but don't stop being creative. I get the whole songwriting thing and all that, but as far as playing it, you don't want to cheat your fans. You know, you still be
yeah,
AI can only do so much. It's not a human. You know,
right.
and I think me personally, I'm not going to be afraid of it. Yeah, anybody can uh, create something on a computer or but you still got to physically play it. you know,
Exactly.
and it's like I'm not going to be intimidated by AI. I'm gonna be me. And if a producer wants to use me or whatever, hey, go for it. I mean, hopefully AI won't get to the point to where it will take, especially drums. And that's a conversation that we kind of had with
With Dylan
Shell and
and
Dylan. Yeah,
Shells, yeah,
yeah.
that was like,
And I want to get you guys on, man. The Shell and Dylan as well. You know,
oh man, that
so
would be like a on it. That would be off the charts right
yeah,
there.
I totally
You
want to
know,
get you guys back on and have those guys on as well. But we were
right,
talking about that, and Dylan, I mean, Shell was like, man, get me on right now. I want to do that. I got someone to talk about this. So yeah, we're scheduling time to get those two guys on for sure. You know,
right. And plus, with them two, especially out in
yeah,
California,
yeah, they're here.
they're in the thick of it.
Yeah, yeah,
They're in the thick of it. So are you. So I'm like, I fly in, fly out. So I really, really haven't, embellished, you know, my my partake in it
yeah.
like I want to, but
I haven't either.
there's
Yeah, I haven't really either. I just know it's there, but I'm not gonna. I don't rely on AI, man. Just be you. Be you.
right. And the thing is, it's so much like there's so much you can do. And like you said, AI, a lot of folks are scared of AI. That's why I said AI is going to be the death of a lot of things, especially music. You got AI creating songs, and there's some good stuff,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like you said, it's just better to be you, to be creative. And I'm gonna top this one off. Uh, for musicians, always have something in your back pocket. Always have something in your back pocket. You know, if you're into songwriting, or if you're into programming, or if you're doing live sound, or if you're ghostwriting for somebody, or even, being a musician consultant, always have something in your back pocket, because with AI being on a rampage, doing some stuff,
Yeah.
it's always good to have something.
Yeah. Still in the same
Yeah.
industry as well.
Yeah.
Well, man, what encouragement words, can you give someone? I like to say this world is just chaotic right now. I mean, we see
It
everything going from a from a
it is.
from a Christian perspective, someone that, accepted Christ in their life, but then you may have
Yeah.
someone that's like they want to commit suicide, or they just don't feel like, where's God and all this, and why am I going? What can you say to that person or those people that are searching for hope from a believer
Mm-hmm.
perspective, and from a music perspective, that person that wants to be a drummer, a musician, how to go about it? What encouragement words can you give to that?
Well,
I mean, you can answer it either one first. It doesn't matter.
let's put it this way. You said hope, right?
Yeah, like
Okay.
being a believer. Like for me, it was I had suicide thoughts. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, it was like I went to church, and I believed in God, but I didn't know what I know now about Jesus dying on the cross for my sins, and that
Yes.
void that was missing was him. Didn't matter what career path I went to or what I did career wise, I would still have that void that was missing. And no matter what you do work wise, you're always going to be looking for something. And same thing
Right.
here, there are people out here that just they're still searching for something. Like YouTube still hadn't found what I look for, and
Mm-hmm.
there are people that are still searching, they're lost, and
Right.
only Christ can fulfill that void. What would you say to that person?
Okay. Oh, for musicians, whether you're wherever role that you play in music, we talk about hope here. So in the book of Jeremiah 29 and 11, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. So, musicians, if you feel like your back is up against the wall, you everything could do it. Just remember, there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
You got to trust God. It's not your time yet. Everybody wants to go on tour. Everybody, wants to be on these recordings, wants to be the big shot. If it's not your time, if God says this is it's not your time, this is not your season, you just got to trust God. You got to, because there's going to be some, like everybody has got to stay back to fill in for somebody while they're out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the golden rule. That's just how it is. But all I can say is Trust God. Continue to practice. Not only don't just practice chops, just practice on how to play with the band. Practice how to listen. Practice how to talk to people, because you're going to run into people with different personalities, different perspectives. Take classes on, strengthening your soft skills. What is soft skills? Learning how to talk to people, being a team player, work together as a unit. There's a lot of things you can do while you're waiting. Mm-hmm. Also, another scripture, 1 Thessalonians 4:11 says, study to be quiet and do your own business. Work with your hands as we command you. Mm-hmm. So the thing about it is, you have musicians that's all over the place, but they don't mind their own business and work with their own hands as God commanded. And if you can do that and move quietly in due time, that door that you've been wanting to open, God will open that door. But here's the thing, though. The Bible, I encourage musicians to look into the Bible, read the Bible. Don't just read Psalms 150. Every musician knows Psalms 150, but the thing is, read the Bible and get an understanding of the word. Pay your tithes and offerings as well too.
Yeah.
And that includes me.
From Genesis to Revelation.
Yes. That includes me. The book of Malachi. Will a man rob God? Yeah. Bring all the tithes to the front, to the storehouse. I'm butchering scriptures, but in the book of Malachi, yeah, every musician needs to understand. When you get that big check, that first check, give God his. Yeah. And that goes for me too.
Well, I think Christians in general, like you said, yes, for me as well. It's like, yeah, man. I mean, that's just Christians, and musicians are not. That's just across the board,
Right.
Man.
But the thing is, when it's all said and done, God just don't give us talent. It's like an exchange. He gives you something, you gotta give him something.
Yeah.
If he gives you a talent, give him some time in that word. Give him some time in prayer. Even if it's a simple prayer saying, Father God, I thank you for letting me see another day. I thank you for not turning your back on me. I thank you for all the opportunities that's awaiting for me. Just something simple. Just give God thanks and praise in advance for not just the now, but what's about to happen behind that door that's getting ready to open.
It's a good word, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what can you say to the non-musical people, the hope that they're trying to seek, because you got people that just, especially the way this world is going, they're going to alcohol, they're going to drugs, and they think that in itself is what's going to satisfy them. Well, it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah, it'll make it worse.
So that non-believer person, that non-musician person, what encouragement word can you say to that person? about how God can change their life and take them out of that situation that they're in, no matter what, alcohol, drugs, whatever that they're in.
Well, all I can say, it's a song, is actually a verse of the song. God, do for them what you did for me. Show me the mercy that you did for me. Open their eyes so they can see. Give them the faith to see the awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Life, you even got pastors that's turning to alcohol. You got pastors committing suicide. We all need God. We need the Lord like never before. And when a Bible says perilous times,
Yeah.
this is perilous time.
And it's going to get worse,
When they say the last days,
yeah.
you've been hearing you heard the last days even when you was a child.
Yep.
This is the last days. This is perilous times. Every man for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But all I can say is to the non-believer, God loves you. So do I. I want to see y'all succeed. I want to see you blessed. Life is not about drinking alcohol, and life is more to just having fun. And, of course, God wants you to be prosperous. He wants you to be successful. But also, there comes a time where you gotta give your life to God, because we are living in perilous times. We are definitely living in perilous times.
And the fact that Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and he can wipe away those sins. It says that you confess that you believe in Jesus with your heart and confess with your mouth, you'll be born again.
Yes.
So
And salvation is free.
Yeah.
Salvation is free. It doesn't cost you anything.
Oh.
Giving your life to God does not cost you anything.
And it doesn't mean like, okay, if I give my life to Christ, it's going to be peaches and cream. No, that's
no.
the start. But unfortunately, a lot of people believe that. But they see, how people, especially over in Africa, man, unfortunately, in Nigeria, they're killing Christians.
Yeah.
I always say, Christianity, it has to be true because we're the only faith that's getting killed. When you think about it, we're the only faith. Christianity is the only faith that people are killing us all over the world because of who we believe in and why we believe it. I don't hear anything about any other religious faith getting persecuted and killed. Why is it the Christian faith? Obviously, there's truth to it. There's truth to it, or there wouldn't be so much killing going on against Christians. Yeah, we may not see it physically here. I mean, it's coming with everything happening over the last summer with Charlie Kirk and the two Jewish couple that got killed in New York. I mean, yeah, but not to the extreme that's going on in other countries. We get it on a political level, the persecution,
Right.
But as far as it just blows me away how the Christian doctrine is the only faith that's getting persecuted physically.
Right.
So to me, that's like, that's true. Mm-hmm. Christianity is true, or else we wouldn't be getting persecuted as the church is today.
It's real.
It's crazy. And when you sit back and think about that, you hear no other faith getting killed. No other, no Buddhists, no nothing.
And the strong believers, you know, they're fatigued, they're tired, you know. Yeah, we are soldiers in the army of the Lord, but
Yeah.
they're they're tired, they're fatigued. So when you don't, so the tired and fatigue part comes in as put on the whole armor of God. You got Christians that halfway have on, that they're halfway dressed, they're not ready for battle.
Mhm.
And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Christians are halfway dressed. They don't have on the helmet to protect the head. They don't have on the breastplate of righteousness, which is your chest. They don't have that.
Yeah.
They're halfway dressed, and you know they think they're gonna go into battle thinking they're gonna do something, but they're tired. They're
Yeah.
fatigued out.
Well, hopefully that all change because now ain't the time to be tired.
It's not a good time to be
Now ain't
tired.
the time to be tired.
It's so many things happening.
Now is the time to be bold, is what it is. Now ain't the time to be tired. You know. So, but man, it's been awesome, dude. It's been great talking with you, bro.
On
You know.
again.
Some
But really not.
I'm having a little bit of internet connection here. But can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now ain't
I
the
can still
time
hear you.
but you know, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you taking the time. I don't know what time it is there now.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock, 7:30 there. You
It
got
is. Yeah, it's 7:30.
all right.
7:30. It's probably like what 4 or 5:30
Yeah, it's
there.
about 5:30 here, West Coast. You got any gigs
Yeah.
coming up this weekend?
At the end of March, I'll be in Lumberton, North Carolina,
Oh no.
speaking to the youth.
You're gonna be in my neck of the woods.
Speaking to the youth about gun violence.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in North
Guns down,
Carolina.
drums up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back home, man. Maybe this summer. We'll see what happens.
And then and then
yeah.
after that, I got to fly to Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Drum Show.
Okay. Is that with Eric? Eric
Oh yeah, I see it.
Eric
Yeah, I
Moore?
see Eric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ran into him at NAMM.
yeah.
I
I
was
seen him.
I was
I got a
walking
couple
right
pictures
behind
with
him.
him.
I was walking right behind him. As we were leaving.
Yeah,
You know, he's a cool guy though, man. You know.
yeah.
Yeah. Look, man, I know you just got home. You want to chill out. I'm gonna try to get this up probably this weekend. Like I said,
Okay.
not gonna be much editing. So when your mom sees it,
Yeah, she sees it. She probably gonna be like, well, you
she's
know,
gonna be
well,
she ain't gonna remember nothing else but that time you should have
yeah, I should have stayed home, right?
you should have stayed
So,
home. She don't
so
care about nothing else you said today.
right. And the crazy part is now I'm gonna say my age at 40 years old. I know she's probably gonna be like, boy, what were you thinking? Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, well, you know what, man?
yeah.
Your parents raised you well, man. They did a good job. I'm sure they're proud of you.
Thank you.